Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 18? So yeah, Best Girl has arrived. My top waifu in a series with many, many, many great waifus. Has arrived this episode, albeit in a cameo, which, I was just expecting a cameo, but yeah, either way, the Stain arc is essentially over, and this was one of those sort of wrap-up episodes, but it was still surprisingly good. I don't know, I was expecting it to be good. I guess I just wasn't expecting it to be this good, because to be honest, we just finished an arc, and you know whenever you finish an arc, you're going to have sort of this wrap-up, information dialogue-heavy episode, and we got more. Well, it was just the dialogue type stuff, but the way it was directed was really good. It felt like creepy and dark and had a really cool atmosphere to it. I really, really liked it. It felt unique. But either way, let's talk about it part by part so I don't leave anything out in the discussion. We start off seeing the Hosu news report, and the news reporters catch a film of Shigaraki and Kurogiri on top of the building. Then cutting from there, we see the Hosu General Hospital with our three protagonists here for this arc, which were Ida, Todoroki, and Izuku, of course. Now, Todoroki and Izuku kind of bring up how Stain really left them alive on purpose. He could have killed them if he wanted to. Ida, though, was pretty good to survive, given that Stain actually did want to kill him. Tsurugamai shows up, and I actually love him just because he's like this weird. He's like, what's it even called? Like McGruff the crime dog? Is that what it is? But he's the police chief for Hosu City, and he's hilarious. He just has a dog head, and he says woof. But yeah, I love Tsurugamai. Pretty much, he was like, fighting with quirks is illegal. You can't just go around fighting with quirks. Because, like, imagine if they let him slide for this, everybody would go out and be like, this guy, I think he's a villain, I could fight him, and they could end up hurting an innocent person, or end up getting hurt themselves because they're not qualified. So it really isn't a good thing to do. But because of the circumstances, he's willing to cover it up and just say that Endeavor caught Stain. Stain has burn marks, or burn wounds, so they can get away with that. So, of course, it's good because, on the one hand, like he even says, it's going to be sad that nobody ever knows your good judgment or heroic deeds, but also it means that you're not going to have to face any legal issues because of it. Which does, of course, make sense. Though he said there will be some issues that the three of their superiors that were supposed to be watching over them have to deal with. That being Manuel, Endeavor, and Gran Torino. Then, oh shit, we see a mysterious man whose name is Dobby, and I don't think that will affect anything. It's not really a spoiler to just say a name. But Dobby's watching the news, and I was like, holy crap, that was actually really cool. And we see Himiko is here, my best girl. The besto. Shigaraki, of course, and I love this scene with Shigaraki. I love the development over the course of the series, still ongoing with Shigaraki, where it's like Izuku and his allies are like this one side that we're watching grow and become heroes, but also over the course of the series we're seeing Shigaraki and his allies grow and become villains. So I think that's really, really cool, the juxtaposition and just the simple storytelling of it. Is really good, and I like Shigaraki here being pissed that though he said he was releasing the Nomus and that nobody was going to remember Stain, nobody remembers him. Everyone is talking about Stain. So I really, really like that. Then we see Bakugo as part of Best Jeanist's office, just checking in with all the allies and what they're doing. Kirishima is caught trying to text Izuku when he's supposed to be going with Fourth Kind. Kendo and Yaoyorozu are in a commercial, and Uraraka talking to Izuku on the phone was really cool. I still really like Gunhead. We find out Ida's left hand is suffering long-term damage. I love how that is, of course, similar to the permanent damage done to Izuku's arm, or at least semi-permanent. I guess it could technically be fixed since they have a wide variety of medical advancements in the world of Boku no Hero Academia. Then, what else? He to describe more about what's going on. Ida says that he's going to have numbness and trouble moving his left hand and fingers, but he's going to hold off on getting a surgery until after he becomes a hero, because he could get a surgery and it might be able to help make it better to some extent. But I would assume that surgery is going to take a while, and that would mean he would have to wait longer to go back to school and become a hero and all of that. So I think it's more along the lines of he's saying it's not only a memorial of what I did wrong, but also I can just get it fixed once I am a good hero. So I think that's a really cool thing, especially as where it relates to Izuku having his injuries, to remind him not to be too rash and just injure himself without thinking. Then what's up next? Todoroki's jokes about his hand crusher curse and everything was funny. Every time he gets involved, somebody hurts their hand. All Might's ringtone when he gets a call was hilarious as well. Torino says that he's getting docked pay and his teaching license is suspended for 6 months. Poor Torino, but he doesn't care anyway because he's not really a real teacher. He just got the license so that he could train Toshinori or All Might for a while. And it's just helped him out being able to teach Izuku. So he doesn't really care about his license that much. Also, he brings up that Stain's ideology will now spread to all of these people. And he name drops Shimura, who was the last user of One for All before All Might. And he name drops All for One, obviously an inverse of One for All, that we will be finding out more about this season, I think. I kind of hope, because I mean, Gran Torino tells All Might that he needs to tell Izuku about what's happening with All for One and One for All, and since he said that, I'm assuming that's going to be something that happens quite soon. I did read the manga. Of course, I'm not going to give anything away, but yeah, I'm not completely sure if that's exactly one of the next things we'll see or not, but I have a feeling it'll be soon, but like I said, I'm not sure. I don't quite remember. Then let's see what else we got. 2 days later is where we cut to, and we see the this black market broker talking about how there's a business underground for selling costumes and support equipment. Of course, that would be how villains would acquire them. But the business is not really doing all that great currently. Of course, because of All Might and how heroes have risen to more than what they were before. Then we see this online Stain documentary video essentially saying that he started at a private hero high school or private hero school in general. Then he dropped out after half a year, started speaking in public about how heroes had fallen from what they once were. Heroes shouldn't want payment for what they've done. They should embody self-sacrifice. But he realized that his words weren't getting through to anyone, so he trained himself for 10 years to kill. And, yeah, then he became the Stain he is today, and we see some cameos for potential future villain. I mean, I think we can all assume that they're future villains by the way that they're saying that Stain's ideology will affect people, and we see other people. We see Himiko, looks really, really cool. I'll maybe talk about a little more about her later, of course, avoiding spoilers. See stuff like Mustard, Spinner, Dobby, and then, of course, Shigaraki. And I'm just really excited. They all looked really, really cool, and I'm excited to see the cameos dropped here. So yeah, in next episode is apparently going to be a filler episode, but it looks great. I'm actually really, really excited because I'm all for more Boku no Hero Academia content, especially with the anime as good as it is. And for this episode, as a whole, some things I didn't get to when breaking it down part by part. I did think it was really, really good. And like I said, I loved the atmosphere, the way it felt kind of, I don't know a better word than creepy, kind of. But the way it had that heavy, dark undertone I thought was really, really cool. I thought, of course, the dialogue, all of this was necessary for sort of wrapping up this arc and bridging into future storylines. I also love as well how with the cameos and showing or saying how Stain's influence will spread, it's really, really cool that I don't know, that they show the changes in the world in that way. And it's cool as well how All Might brought up, if they think like Stain and want to do what Stain's doing, as they come up, we'll knock him back down. But Gran Torino says, if they believe, even though Stain wasn't really connected with the League of Villains, if they believe that he was, all these people that followed Stain's message or believe Stain's message of heroes are corrupt and we need to take them down, all these people are going to go to the Villain Alliance, believing that they're in the right. So I really like that as well, the whole morality and the argument of it all, of Stain did terrible things, but in a way he was right about a lot of things. So yeah, either way, also to talk about Himiko right before ending this, is she too pretty, you manga viewers out there that know what she's more like in the manga? Because I don't know, one thing I love about Himiko and her being best girl for me is she sort of has that, almost like Tomoko Kuro... was that her name? Tomoko Kuroki? From, Watamote? Almost that sort of ugly, cute aspect that makes her even more attractive. But that was like one of the things I liked about her character, and I felt like in the anime they might make her too pretty-ish. I don't know if they did or not, so tell me what you think, if they prettied her up too much. But either way, I loved the episode. I actually was thinking about giving it an 8 at first, because it was just one of those sort of bridging episodes with a lot of dialogue. But because it felt so unique and the atmosphere made it feel so different, I actually think I'm going to go up and give it an 8.5 out of 10. Hold on. 8.5 hand crushers out of 10. So, yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts on this episode. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more Boku no Hero Academia and much more, many anime and manga on the channel, and just general discussions about them as well, I suppose. Also, light novels, webtoons, wow, we cover a lot. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, or talk to you there if you want. And I have a Discord server now, so if you want a link to that, just ask and I can give you one. That's it, so thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.